Welcome to episode 5 of the Learn podcast. I'm your host, Dean the Wealth Coach, and today I wanted to talk about having a disadvantage work for you instead of against you. So the disadvantage I grew up with that I'm currently struggling with is I'm dyslexic, and for many years I allowed that to stop me from reading and learning. And I didn't like to read because I felt stupid because I couldn't read words or I sounded very slow reading. And that stopped me from progressing into learning new things or trying new things, right? Especially like reading or learning something new. I know it involved reading. At the time, YouTube wasn't a thing, right? When I was growing up. I also have ADHD, so with ADHD, I always jump to something new. So one minute I'm doing something today, then tomorrow a new idea comes, or the new shiny object, I like to call it, appears in my face, and then that's what I want to go towards. With being dyslexic, it does have challenges reading, but if you continuously work at it, you can get better at the challenge that you have. So for me, it's reading. If for you, it's something else, even though it could be hard to do, if you continuously try, eventually you'll get better at it. Like, for example, athletes. If you are, say, let's use basketball for an example. You're a terrible jump shooter. If you keep working on that jump shot, eventually you will become good at taking a jump shot. Or you focus on another area that you may be better in. Like Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman is like one of the top rebounders of all time in the NBA. He's tall, but not as tall as like a center. But his gift was, he's like, I can't shoot. I can't do dribble or whatever, but I can rebound the ball. I know I can play defense. I know where the ball is going to end up and how to make sure that I'm in position to get that rebound. So he didn't focus on or let him not being able to score stop him from playing basketball. He just focused on the area that he was good in. A lot of people that you wouldn't even know were dyslexic have been or have become very successful. And a few names are Walt Disney. So all those Disney movies you see, Walt Disney was dyslexic. He's dead now, but yeah. Steven Spielberg, one of like the greatest movie producers of all time. Steve Jobs, the iPhone, the iPod. He revolutionized the music industry by bringing out the iPod. Then you also have Tommy Hilfiger. So fashion, I don't know if I'd call him an icon. He's not an icon in my eyes, but we all know the brand Tommy Hilfiger. Those are a few people that are dyslexic, but didn't let dyslexia stop them from achieving their dreams and their goals. So if there's something that you struggle with, seek professional help or get diagnosed on what it is that you're struggling or that you're going through, right? Chances are those professionals will be able to recommend something for you to do in order to overcome what it is that you're going through. Another individual, I've been watching him on YouTube for quite some time now, and he said no. So he one of his legs were shorter than the other, so he wasn't able to run as fast as the other kids. So he didn't get to enjoy like the playful activities growing up. And he also said, I'm a very slow reader, but he didn't allow that to stop him from building his company. He said, you know what, I'm a slow reader, but because I'm a slow reader, I'm able to absorb more information. And after I absorb it, I can pretty much recite it. So he turned his negative into a superpower. So it's like whenever you feel something is holding you back or pulling you down, try to see try to see it in the positive light. Like, yeah, this is happening, but because of this, this is the outcome of it in the negative light. If we sit there and dwell on the things that we're not good at or the disabilities that we have, that's pretty much us being in our mind, not being able to know if it's possible doing, right? Like, ask yourself this question: what's the worst that could happen if I try such and such, right? So seek professional help to see if there's something that can be done to help you overcome your challenge or disability. And next thing is challenge yourself and see what the outcome could be. You will be surprised what we can do. Like, there's a lot of things that we feel we can't do, and the reason why we feel we can't do that is because our mind's playing tricks on us. Our mind is telling us, like, no, you can't do that. Nah, you don't have the strength to do that. If a baby, like, let's say that guy, for example, he had one leg shorter than the other. Him growing up, like from like infant to like childhood, he didn't know that he was different from everybody else. He started crawling like all of us and eventually standing up, because why? He's seeing other people stand up. So he's like, hey, I'm going to try that too. Mind you, it probably took him longer to start walking, but in the end, he's able to walk, right? So bring yourself back to when you were an infant, or if you have children, look at how they're so resilient into learning something new or overcoming challenges that they're having. Like, a baby goes to a stairs, they stare at it and they're like looking up or even looking down. Yeah, it's dangerous, but they don't know it's dangerous until something bad happens, or we come to the rescue and be like, no, 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 like, you know. So with a baby, they will try and climb those stairs whatever it takes, right? If one leg's shorter than the other, if they're missing a limb, they still do it. There's some athlete, like that kid. There's that kid that played, I forget which country he's from. I think Dominican. He was born, no, he was in an accident and his arm was like on like under bricks or something, and yet they had to amputate his arm. So now he only has one arm. You know, that kid is like one of like the top players coming out of his country and ended up going to the States to play basketball with one hand. And what I mean, like one hand, like this guy is dribbling, dunking, everything. He didn't allow him not having two hands not to play basketball. He had a dream and a desire to play basketball, and he went and did it. So you're probably saying, what does this all have to do with wealth? This all has to do with your mental mindset. If you can't get your head around something and you allow your mind to defeat you, you're gonna have a rough life. Like, you need to get out of your head and just go out there and do things. One of my videos no, not all my videos, but I spoke about it one time or another about fear. If you treat fear, like if you draw what it is that you fear, or draw a tiger on a piece of paper, and it doesn't matter if it looks good or not or whatever. Once you have that tiger or whatever you fear, just write what it is that you're fearing at the top of that paper and then draw a tiger. If you want to get colorful with it, be my guest. When you see that piece of paper, hold it up like this and just start flicking it. You flicking it is you continuously trying to overcome what it is that you're fearing. That's you getting out of your head. A lot of us don't do what we want to do because we're allowing our fear or our minds to dictate what it is that we can and can't do. We can't think like that anymore. We got to go out there and strike what it is that we want. Like, it doesn't matter if we fail and we're unsuccessful the first, the second, the 10th, the 100th time. It doesn't matter as long as you're putting that effort in. If you start once and you make it to the 100th time, track your progress and you would be amazed how much growth you have been able to achieve by just attempting every day, every time. Like, it's the journey that we need to fall in love with and not the final outcome. When the final outcome happens, that's great. but the build up to it is even better. So that's today's episode. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. And if you found value in this and somebody else can benefit from these episodes, don't be selfish. Share this information with somebody else. And I'll catch you on tomorrow's episode. We're going to be doing a time management workshop. So that is Saturday, March the 18th. Click the link below to join the Zoom, and I will see you tomorrow.